Most men think penetration is the key to satisfying a woman, but in many parts of Africa, men are taught something completely different. A technique that can trigger explosive orgasms and even ejaculation without relying on penetration at all. And in some cases, women can release large amounts of fluid in seconds. But the real reason this works may surprise you because it has everything to do with anatomy and blood flow. Listen, I'm a physician and sexologist and founder of an institute. And today we're breaking down a technique that's been passed down for generations in parts of Central Africa and why modern anatomy actually explains why this works so well. And if you're interested in improving erectile health, sexual performance, and health naturally, make sure you subscribe to the channel because I release a video every week. Now, when researchers began studying sexuality in Rwanda and surrounding regions, they discovered something fascinating. There's a technique called kunyaza that has been passed down for generations. Women in these cultures often report extremely intense orgasms and even female ejaculation, right? Now, here's where things get interesting. You don't have to use your mouth because the technique isn't actually focused on penetration or oral or anything like that. Listen, the most surprising part of this technique isn't the stimulation. It's actually what's happening inside the female anatomy when it works. Here's how kunyaza actually works. Instead of thrusting in and out like most Western men are taught, you're using the tip of the penis to actually rhythmically stimulate the clitoris and the vaginal opening, so you're on the outside of it. Think of it like painting quick light strokes across the clitoris or actually tapping rhythmic pressure on the clitoral hood. See, there's minimal penetration and the entire focus is on external stimulation, right? And when done correctly, it builds arousal. It creates pressure, creates arousal and pressure for both of you and can trigger ejaculation. Now, quick question for you. Did you already know that penetration isn't the main driver of sexual pleasure? Comment yes or no below, because here's the thing. When it comes to techniques like this, it makes your job easier, right? You can do this, and then you don't have to quite last as long. Now, I've put together a book called the Sexpert Secrets Playbooks right there. It's free for you because you're in the YouTube community. You can grab it using the link below, or you can use this QR code on the screen. Now, everything to do with how the body responds to the pressure and blood flow has to do with this kunyaza technique. And before I explain more about it, you got to the core science. Now, the clitoris is not just a small structure on the outside. Most people think it is like a little button, but the clitoral network is actually much larger than that. It's almost like an iceberg. See, you've got the internal clitoral bulbs that wrap around the vaginal canal on the inside. You've got the internal clitoral network connecting to the urethra and the vaginal walls. You've got the periurethral glands, sometimes called the Skene's glands or the female prostate. But here's what happens during this technique. When you apply rhythmic stimulation to the clitoris and the vaginal opening, now it's got to have a rhythm. It can't just be blah, blah, blah. You're creating pressure against the pubic bone. You are stimulating the clitoral bulbs, the periurethral glands, everything all at the same time. And this is where things get interesting. Because when you stimulate these glands rhythmically, the fluid begins to build up. Blood flow increases to the entire area and the tissue becomes engorged. And when that pressure reaches a certain level, ejaculation can occur. Now, if you want to fully understand this anatomy and learn how to apply any of these sexual techniques correctly, this Expert Secrets Playbook breaks it all down step by step, completely free to my YouTube community. The link is below. Now, here's the part that most men don't realize. This type of stimulation doesn't necessarily require you to be rigid or stiff, but if the stiffness is there, you will have a more dramatic impact. But if you're having a weak erection, you're losing pressure, then you're losing friction. You're losing that rhythmic intensity because erections depend on nitric oxide, vascular health, pelvic circulation, and you want the circulation to be as strong as possible. So what's happening is as your partner is more turned on, you get more turned on. As you get more turned on, she gets more turned on. So this ends up being this amazing cycle of pleasure that can happen whether an erection is present or not. Now, weak erections will reduce the performance a little bit. They'll reduce stimulation intensity. And without that intensity, you may not get that buildup. The glands may not get as compressed as we would like for them to be. And the clitoral structures may not get activated. And if the goal is ejaculation, you really do need that stiffness to bring things into fruition. Now, can you do it without an erection? Absolutely. Will it have the same impact? Probably not. So So that's why I do this, so that we can help you optimize your erection so that you can last long enough and do some of these amazing techniques and have some of this amazing outcome. The best thing about this technique is that if you bring her to pleasure early on in the session, there's less work for you to do later on, right? So this technique requires 3 things: the technique, the anatomy, and a little bit of stiffness. And when all those 3 things come together, that's when you get results. And if you want to master techniques like this, make sure you grab the Sexpert Secrets playbook and watch this video next, because it shows you exactly how to increase erection strength. And make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. I love you. And boom, make sure you check out this next video. She'll be begging for more if you do this African technique.